everyone, welcome to today's unboxing with Yoseka Stationery. Today we are going to be taking a look at something really exciting. We are actually looking at Hobonichi's big One Piece collaboration. They did a collaboration with One Piece magazine that was long awaited. We have questions from so many people that were asking about where these Hobonichis were and whether we were getting them or not. These were released a little bit later. The overall Hobonichis, the full lineup is released September 1st, but these One Piece edition ones were actually not released until October. So we didn't get them until just recently actually. So I'm really excited to finally be looking at some of these and seeing all of the really wonderful like animated illustrations of Luffy and all of the different pirate crew, and we'll take a look at what these look like a little bit closer under the camera in today's unboxing. This was announced earlier this year, and it's because One Piece was actually celebrating its 25th anniversary, and this is probably one of the most popular manga anime series for anyone who doesn't follow, and they're just major fans of One Piece. And One Piece tells the story of Luffy, who is featured very prominently on many of the covers of these Hobonichi artworks. And so it tells the story of Luffy and his quest to find the One Piece, which is this really famed treasure, and he takes his crew that he meets along the way and they sail along something called the Grand Line, which is a sort of a magical and very dangerous and treacherous but full of like magical islands and interesting things that happen. So they sail along the Grand Line to the New World and find in quest of this One Piece. And the story has been going on for many years, 25 years now. There are over 100 volumes of the manga and many episodes of many seasons of the anime. And I have to admit that I myself have only watched a few of them from the beginning. Neil convinced me to watch them with him and like relive his childhood with him. So we rewatched them together, and it's definitely one of my favorite animes that I've watched with Neil. I love all the characters, they're very funny, and they form these like friendship bonds. So it's definitely, I see why it's like very popular. It's like a story of friendship and adventure and all of these things. So without further ado, we will be taking a look at some of these One Piece collaboration Hobonichi planners, and there are quite a few. There's planners of every type, so they have their A6 as well as their A5. They have we have weeks versions with 2 different designs, and then this is something that's very interesting. This is the special Hobonichi Planner One Piece edition. So we'll take a look at this and probably leave this one for last because it's very interesting. Okay, so let's take a look. These two are the Hobonichi One Piece A6 and A5 book plus cover, and these are the designs that are called Straw Hat Luffy. So these Straw Hat Luffy covers, this is the Straw Hat Luffy in red, and then this is the Straw Hat Luffy in blue, and you can see obviously this is the A6 size cover and this is the A5 size cover. A common question that we've been getting, and a logical question, is what planner comes inside these covers, and it is the original English planner that you get inside the A6, and then the cousin A5 English planner that you get with the A5. Let's take a look at these. These covers are Hobonichi covers, have lots of different textures and materials that they are made out of, but these 2 covers, the Straw Hat Luffy's, are the sort of like the polyester covers that are sort of like nylon material, and they are pretty easy to clean off in terms of stains or things like that. So we have this illustration of Luffy that the series author actually drew just for this collaboration. Actually, a lot of the other illustrations are taken directly from the manga series, but these illustrations are drawn for this specific cover with Hobonichi, which is kind of cool. And obviously we have the Luffy's straw hat. He's known for like always wearing a straw hat in his throughout the series, basically. The pockets that you get on the inside of this are pretty standard. You have all of these card pockets that I love to put stickers into, and then as with all of the other Hobonichi covers, or most of them at least, you do get these page mark tassels with these nice like little tassels that hang off of them. And then there's the pen loop, of course, so you can put a pen through this loop and never be sort of far away from your pen when you're writing in your planner. And then I also find this back pocket really super useful. I keep all sorts of things in mine. And then there's just like lots of pocket flaps. For anybody who's really used the planner, you know that you like to, like over time, over the year of using a planner, really you just get to keep a lot of things in your planner, and these pockets really come in handy. Okay, so this is a look at the Straw Hat Luffy in red, and we will now look at the Straw Hat Luffy in blue for the A5 cousin size. Okay. So the Straw Hat Luffy in blue versus the Straw Hat Luffy in red covers, it's the same idea, the same story, which is that the series author actually drew this illustration of Luffy specifically for these covers. This one comes with the English edition of the cousin inside. So when you purchase this cover, it comes as a set with the A5 English cousin. The cover features pretty much are identical for the A5 and the A6. This is also that polyester nylon material that's pretty easy to clean off, although Hobonichi does have their clear cover on covers if you actually want to add further protection to your cover, which I understand because this is now for sure this year is going to be a collectible one. So inside we have more pockets, lots of pockets. This is actually where the cover of the Hobonichi planner is going to be slipped into, one cover over here and then the back cover over here, and then it sits pretty securely inside this cover. Then there are these back pockets that you can store like stickers or loose papers or whatever you want into. You have the same page markers. The colors are obviously very inspired by the colors of the series. So we have the yellow color inside, which is actually drawn, inspired by the color of Luffy's straw hat. And his crew is called the Straw Hats. So it's very fitting. And then the ship that they sail on is called the Going Merry, and their flag colors, their banner colors are red and white. So we see a lot of red and white throughout this collection because of that. Okay, and then the back of it is their flag, the Going Merry Straw Hat Cruise flag right here on the back. And then of course there's this really nice large back pocket that I could fit my whole hand into. Keeps it warm. No, it does store lots of other things too. And then this really nice spacious pen loop. I know that a common issue with some pen loops is that they're too small to really realistically keep a pen in, but this one does keep. I haven't had any issue with keeping like my Sailor fountain pens in my A6 pen loop. That is a look at the Straw Hat Luffy red cover plus book and the Straw Hat Luffy blue cover plus book. All right, so next up we have a cover that that I personally was very excited about, and I think a lot of you were really excited about because I got a lot of questions in the weeks leading up to the big Hobonichi One Piece magazine release. And the cover that I am talking about is the Going Merry Logbook. This is, obviously the concept is super cute, but I think even beyond that, the cover itself, like whether or not you know the story of One Piece and you know what Going Merry is, it's just actually a really nice looking cover, and it's leather. So we'll take a closer look at it under the camera and kind of look at all the details and why everybody's so obsessed with this cover. This cover comes in both the A5 size, this is the larger A5 size, then this one comes with the A5 English edition of the cousin, and then it does also come in the A6 size, and this is actually how it comes when you first unpack it. It comes with this little bag that keeps the leather nice and clean and polished. And so this is the A6 size and the A5 size and what they look like together. A5 is basically just double A6, and the A6 comes with the Hobonichi Techo planner, the English edition of the planner with it as well. With these, you actually also get this adorable dust bag that you can use to store your planner in, or you can use it to use for storing lots of other things, or anything you want. It fits, this is, fits your planner pretty perfectly, and then you just tighten up the drawstrings over there. And yeah, it's kind of like a perfect fit. And then this red and white, as I was saying before, is the colors of the Straw Hat Crew, the pirate crew's flag. So that's why they chose red and white for it. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the actual cover itself. So it is a black leather cover, and it's a tri-fold cover, which means that it opens like, it folds 3 times. So there's one fold here, and then there's another fold here, and then this is what the inside of the cover actually looks like. So it's really cute. I'm a big fan of Hobonichi's tri-fold covers in general. They do release these. Oftentimes they are leather, and and there's this really cute little, I want to say this is Chopper, but I don't know. I'm afraid to. I feel if I'm wrong, you can correct me. I'm nervous. And then it's nice because it's like a little brass button, and it even comes with this protective film on it so you can remove it. It keeps it really nice and in good condition before it gets to you. This is what the tri-fold Going Merry Logbook cover looks like on the inside. There are all of these embossed details in gold. So this one even says Going Merry Logbook on it here. Closer. So it says Going Merry Logbook here, and then this is the Beaver card. I think this is a reference to a special type of paper that is referenced in the One Piece series, but don't quote me on that. Then going down this side, we have lots of those same useful pocket flaps that you can use to store cards, you can use to store stickers or other little ephemera or anything. And then, as with all of the Hobonichi covers, you get all of these super useful just these pockets that you can use for storing so many things. Then this is really cute. Oh, this was just to keep the tassels in good condition. And then one of my favorite little details, take this out without, one of my favorite details of the Going Merry Logbook cover is actually this fabric that they've used to protect the inside of the cover here, and it is actually a map of the, it says One Piece World Map, Islands of Grand Line, and then it looks like a real sort of traveling explorer's map kind of thing. and you get like a little piece of the map from the One Piece world, which is really, really cool. And most of the time you would have your planner in here, so you actually wouldn't be able to see this, but this is what you would see as you're using the planner throughout the year. And this is a little pen loop, and this one I would say looks a little bit tight, so I think that the creators of this cover probably just intended for this to be the clip of a pen. So if your favorite pen is without a clip, then you might have a little bit of a hard time using this pen loop functionally. This cover also comes with these 2 page mark tassels and then this snap button closure, and then on the back you get that nice back pocket flap as well. And if we look at the A5, the cousin edition of the Going Merry Logbook, it is pretty identical. You will see they are exactly the same on the outside, and I think where they differ slightly is a little bit of the pockets on the inside. So you get these 2 extra little pockets down here, but other than that, they are very, very, very similar. So that was a look at the Going Merry Logbook, and I think next up we will look at another sort of favorited Hobonichi format that I personally am a big fan of. It's the Hobonichi Weeks format, which is instead of a daily 1 day a page format, it is a weekly format. And for the special One Piece magazine collaboration, we actually do get 2 different cover options for One Piece covers to choose from if you're a fan of the Hobonichi Weeks, and they are both really, really cool. So one of them, this one is called the Grand Line, this blue and white one, and then this one, which is featuring an actual illustration from the manga, is called To the New World. So we'll take a closer look at these under the camera. Okay, so this one is the Grand Line Weeks, and this one is the To the New World, and we'll open these up and take a look. The Grand Line one is featuring this, it comes with a fabric cover that is very similar to the, or it is actually, it's the same fabric as what we get when we see the other bow and tie covers. So this year they have like the bunnies and the cafe one, and they always do something in this bow and tie fabric, which feels a lot like a bow tie or a suit tie fabric. And this one is called the Grand Line. So the Grand Line is actually what Luffy and his crew, the Straw Hats, sail along to the New World to find this famed One Piece treasure. And the Grand Line, on the Grand Line, when you're sailing on the Grand Line, and then this is like the Going Merry, this is their ship. That's so cute. On the Grand Line, magical things happen. So sometimes they sail in water, and then occasionally the ship actually can like fly in the sky. So the blue of this cover is really meant to be taken as either the sky or the water. And then there's clouds and something that can be looked, it can look like waves or it can look like mountains. It's kind of like, it can look like either the water or the sky that they're sailing in. And then this is obviously the Going Merry ship, and this is, if I remember correctly, this is like how they communicate along the sea. They send sort of like a carrier pigeon, but it's not a pigeon, it's a seagull. And then there's some other characters and motifs from the manga series and the anime series. The inside of the weeks is identical to the other weeks planners that you can choose from this year. So there's nothing too special about the inside, and if you're curious about the setup of it, we do have another flip through, walk through video for Hobonichi Weeks, but this is more about the cover. Okay, so the next Hobonichi Weeks cover is the To the New World, and this is actually a direct quote from Luffy from the manga series. And let me get this opened up. This cover is actually taken directly from the comic series, the manga, and it is the very sort of memorable and iconic moment when Luffy and his crew, and you can see them here very small, but if you look up close, like the cover is actually highly detailed on this one. You can see Luffy and his crew like really excited, jumping up and down because they're about to set sail and take the final journey to the new world. And this quote here actually says Shin Sekai e, which means to the new world, and it's spoken by Luffy. And yeah, so this one I feel like will be quite popular for any true big fans of the One Piece manga series. Okay, so on this one, you actually get a special, in the To the New World edition of the weeks, you get a special cover in inner page over here featuring that same moment in the comic captured again in greater detail, so you can see it there. And it's again that moment where they're all about to set sail to the new world on their Going Merry ship. And oh, how cute! You get another illustration of the Going Merry ship, and that is so cute. Other than that, the inside of the Hobonichi Weeks is the same as any other Hobonichi Weeks book that you would be able to choose from this year. And this one, I will say, this is sort of like it's not really a fabric cover. This is like a PVC sort of I guess it's like a PVC cover, and it is one that is probably going to be a little bit easier to clean off than the bow and tie one, which is a fabric cover, in case you are deciding between the two. Yeah, so there's also some gold details on this one. Pretty cool. So last thing that we're going to be looking at in this unboxing of the Hobonichi One Piece edition items is the Hobonichi planner in A6 One Piece edition. I think this one is very exciting. It is basically the exact planner that you would get if you're a fan of Hobonichi's One Day a Page Hobonichi Techo planner or Hobonichi Techo Original. If you like that A6 One Day a Page layout, but you also want to celebrate the 25th anniversary of One Piece, this might be something that you are interested in getting. So we'll take a closer look. So this is the packaging that you get, and you can tell right away that obviously this is One Piece, One Piece, One Piece. Like it's it's clearly One Piece. And what's really cool, get this open. Okay, so we have a very dramatic difference from the classic Hobonichi Techo planner, which is classically that black cover, but for this one we have that red, which is very Luffy, it's very One Piece, and then we have the One Piece logo right on the front, so you can tell right away that this is going to be a different experience. Of course, inside, the format itself is essentially the same. We have the One Day a Page, we have the colored index, we have the monthly section, and we have a yearly tracker in the beginning. So if you have used this planner before, trust me when I say that it will not be foreign to you at all. It will just have fun little fun little One Piece details going throughout. Okay, so some of the One Piece special features of this planner are that at the beginning, on that monthly, the first of the month, you get a little illustration from the manga series. So this is it for January, and it's actually, oh, I actually recognize this one. It is actually, I think that's Shanks. And he's giving Luffy as like a child his straw hat, and that's actually sort of like his origin story a little bit. Like that's where he gets his straw hat from, and that's the January one, which is like perfectly fitting because it's the beginning of the journey there. Then a really cool detail in this book is that on the bottom of each page, instead of the daily quotes that you get for your regular Hobonichi, you get quotes from the actual manga series. Of course, they're in Japanese because the manga is in Japanese, but if you are a Japanese student, if you can read Japanese, this might be a lot of fun for you. And then there's a little bee. This bee is actually indicating birthdays. And I was amazed that every single day of the year, there is a birthday of a different character from the series. So those are whoever's birthday it is. This is November 11th, and it is this character's birthday. And then there's like a cute little illustration for something. I guess he has like the sword. And then on April 3rd, it is this character's birthday. So for special crew, the ones that have the illustrations, they are actual One Piece crew members, not One Piece, Straw Hat crew members, and they have an actual illustration. But for every other birthday, they just have the name of the character, because there's been so many editions and volumes released that there are just that many characters. Like I was saying before, all the other details are the same except for the addition of the quotes, the addition of the birthdays, and then the illustration from the series on the first month page every first of the month. As you turn the page to the new month, you get that basically. But Hobonichi always includes these extra bonus pages at the back also, and they have done some special things for this edition with the input of the Hobonichi, with the input of the One Piece magazine editors. So we'll take a look at what some of these additional bonus pages are. This is really cool for any One Piece historians, which I'm sure there are. This is an actual timeline of One Piece. So, you know, there's been so many releases, and it's like a really, really long story that continues for many years. And I love how the bottom of this page actually says, to be continued, because of course it is ongoing. So this is an actual synopsis of some of the major timeline events that have occurred in the One Piece story. The next page is different quotes from the series that you can study, that you can learn, you can use in your everyday life, or however you want. Just like kind of like interesting reading material too, if you're just like, you have 10 minutes to kill and you just have your planner with you. These are sort of speech bubbles that you can write down your favorite One Piece quotes in. And then this is a question and answer where you can fill in some interesting trivia that you want to remember, or like, okay, so this one says like your favorite character, and it asks you to fill in your favorite battle over here. My Japanese reading skills are very limited, so I'm sure there's a lot more, but I'm just picking out what I can see here. And then this says where you want to go, so I'm guessing it's like where you want to go in the One Piece story. That's really cool, and I feel like this is just great for Japanese scholars too, who are big fans of One Piece. Then there are these really funny wanted posters. These wanted posters appear throughout the series because obviously these are like dangerous pirates that are being featured, and so everybody has like a bounty on their head basically, and then there's like Navy captains that are hunting them throughout the show. Okay, then in the back here we see some of our non-One Piece related features in the back that are included in typical Hobonichis. So it's like your favorite movie, your favorite book, and then they have like character illustrations too, which is great. This is continuing with the favorites. This is the My 100, which makes it into pretty much all Hobonichis, but you do get these really fun character illustrations of the different characters too. Okay, so that is about it for what you get for the special one-piece edition of the Hobonichi Techo Original 2023. Okay, so there you have it. That is the Hobonichi One Piece magazine collaboration. We took a look at all of the planners and the covers that have been released in this collaboration. But to celebrate the 25th anniversary, this is sort of a big deal. So beyond just the planners, Hobonichi and One Piece magazine actually worked together and released all of these really fun accessory items. So we have things like the square memo, and we have like these clear tabs, and of course our favorite pencil boards in all the different sizes, the stamp. So these we actually do have the full lineup as well, but I won't be covering them in today's unboxing video because I've gone on long enough. So be sure to check out our next unboxing video where Ashley will be unboxing all of the different One Piece accessories that Hobonichi has released. I hope you enjoyed today's video and taking a look at the story of One Piece and how it's been imagined on our favorite Hobonichi planners. I think that a lot of people our age, our generation, my generation, mine and Neil's generation, you might have grown up watching One Piece, and this, I know for Neil, he was really looking forward to this release. So let us know in the comments if you grew up watching One Piece or if you binge watched it later on in your life. Who's your favorite character? Do you plan on using one of these planners? Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye!